Imagine this. You rise to the most powerful throne in the world. And the first thing you do is make sure nobody, not even your own brother, can take it from you. This is not fiction. This is the story of Basil II, the emperor who ruled Byzantium for nearly 50 years, and earned the chilling title, the Bulgar Slayer. Born in 958, Basil was meant for power. But power in Constantinople was never safe. His father died when he was only 5. His mother schemed with generals. His throne was shared with his brother Constantine, a man who loved feasts and hunting more than ruling. Basil? He was the opposite. Hard, disciplined, and obsessed with control. He wore no jewels. He lived like a soldier. His one mission, to hold the empire together at any cost. But here's the problem. In Byzantium, family meant nothing when the throne was at stake. Generals rebelled. Aristocrats plotted. And brothers? Brothers could be the most dangerous rivals of all. So Basil made a choice that still shocks historians today. He ordered his own brother's eyes burned out. Think about that. Not death. Not exile. But blinding, the most feared punishment in Byzantine politics. Because a blinded man could never lead an army. Could never rule. Could never challenge the throne. Why did Basil do it? Fear? Paranoia? Cold calculation? To answer, we have to step into his world, a world where mercy was weakness, and cruelty was survival. From the moment Basil became emperor in 976, one war consumed him, the fight against the Bulgarians. Led by Tsar Samuel, the Bulgarians were relentless. They raided deep into Byzantine lands. They humiliated imperial armies. They even threatened Constantinople itself. But Basil was not a man who forgave. For him, the war was personal. And it dragged on for over 30 years. He slept in armor. He marched with his men. He lived like a soldier, not a king. And as the war dragged on, Basil's cruelty hardened. He crushed rebellions at home with iron fists. Generals who defied him were blinded by the hundreds. Noble families were stripped of power. And always, his suspicion circled back to one man, his brother Constantine. Constantine was popular. Too popular. While Basil bled on campaign, Constantine lived in luxury. He had friends in court. Allies among generals. To Basil, that was dangerous. A brother could be turned into a puppet. A puppet could become a rival. So Basil struck first. Just as he crushed Samuel's Bulgarians, he crushed his own bloodline. Constantine's eyes were burned, destroying not just his vision, but his future. And yet Basil's most infamous act was still to come. In 1014, he finally trapped the Bulgarian army at the Battle of Clydian. What he did after victory would give him his eternal name. He captured 15,000 prisoners. And instead of mercy, he ordered them blinded. All but one in every 100, who was left with a single eye to lead the others home. When Tsar Samuel saw his mutilated soldiers stumble back, legend says he collapsed and died of shock. This was Basil's message to the world. Challenge me, and I will not just defeat you, I will destroy you. Who was Basil II really? Some called him the greatest emperor Byzantium ever had. Others called him a monster. Both are true. He never married. He never had children. He never allowed himself luxury. His entire life was war, discipline, and suspicion. To his soldiers, he was respected. To his enemies, he was feared. To his family? He was terrifying. Blinding Constantine was not just punishment. It was policy. Basil believed ruling meant removing every possible rival, even your own brother. And this was the Byzantine way. Blinding wasn't random cruelty, it was calculated politics. Death made martyrs. Blinding made broken men. A blind prince could never wear the crown. But Basil's decision carried a cost. When he finally died in 1025, childless and alone, guess who inherited the throne? The very brother he blinded. Constantine VIII. By then, Constantine was weak. Indulgent. Unprepared. Within a generation, the empire Basil built with blood and iron began to fall apart. His cruelty had secured the throne for himself. But it left nothing stable for the future. History remembers Basil with two faces. One face is the hero emperor. He restored the empire's strength. He defeated its enemies. He ruled longer than almost anyone else. His empire stretched from Italy to Armenia, from the Danube to the Euphrates. The other face is the tyrant. The man who blinded his brother. The man who blinded 15,000 prisoners. The man who saw mercy as weakness. And both are true. Because Basil II was not like other rulers. He didn't crave luxury. He didn't crave family. He craved control. Total, absolute control. That's why he's remembered not just as Basil II, but as Basil the Bulgar Slayer. The story of his cruelty isn't just about one emperor. It's about the brutal truth of power. In Byzantium, survival meant suspicion. Loyalty meant nothing. And even brothers could be sacrificed for the throne. Basil knew this. He lived it. And he ruled by it. So when you hear his name, remember, he wasn't just fighting enemies on the battlefield. He was fighting his own family. And he proved mercilessly that in the struggle for empire, blood meant nothing.